Josh misremembers trust the process. It was a tanking strategy that they used to get higher draft picks. If they got more ping pong balls, they would get the higher draft picks. In the NFL, the way to do that, there is no lottery. So you have to be one of the worst teams. So my thought process is for the Commanders, they either A, tank the year out and just are the number one. Currently, the Cardinals are supposed to be number one, but the Washington Redskins, that's fine. The Commanders could end up number one overall if they tank the season out. They have Sam Howell starting. They don't have a very great team. It's a good team, but it's not a great team. They're finishing fourth in that division. My second evidence is that they may just trade Arizona for the top pick if Arizona gets number one. There's a lot of people saying they're going to take Caleb Williams in Arizona if they get the number one overall pick, which could happen. I'm not saying that won't happen, but they could just stick with Kyler and get a massive haul from the Commanders, which a new owner of the team would be willing to give up to get a franchise next Mahomes quarterback in there. Third piece of evidence, Caleb Williams is from the Washington, D.C. area. It would be the just amazing story of the homecoming for the kid to come back from USC in college, Oklahoma, to come back to Washington to play in his hometown. What do you guys think?
I don't think it's going to be either of those teams. And I still think you're wrong on the trust the process, but I'm going to move past that just for now. But Washington's not a bad football team. The only thing they are missing is a quarterback. I understand that. But they're not, I don't think they're bad enough to lose all those games. I mean, they have a decent linebacker core. They have one of the best wide receiver cores in the NFL. I won't say the best, obviously, because there's some other teams that are better. They have a great duo of running backs, one of which they refuse to use. But I mean, the team, I just don't think they possibly can lose that many games. Their schedule isn't as hard as some of the other ones. And I mean, they're going to lose to a lot of NFC East teams probably, but I don't think I get the logic there, but I don't think it's them.
Could they beat Carolina? Could they beat Carolina from this past season?
Yeah. I mean, possibly, but I feel like you could say the same thing about Atlanta, who is a quarterback shy and who has 3-star weapons that haven't seemed to ever work yet. I mean, 2 so far. But
Atlanta feels like the team that we're hoping is going to be bad, and they're actually going to be pretty good. That's what my feeling is about it.
I'm not hoping Atlanta's bad at all.
Arizona's going to suck, though.
Why is Arizona going to be bad? When does Kyler get back?
He might not play this whole entire season, to be fair. He might not play at all. Which is the dark secret that nobody wants to talk about. But if he's going to be out probably, I think it was 8 weeks, if they're 2-6 or something, I don't think they play him. Because why would you? You might as well just tank out. Houston's not going to be great, so you get their pick too. Just take 2 top potentially 10 players. Why not? And if they get the number 1 overall pick, which is possible, they could just keep Kyler and trade it for a massive haul from Washington. I don't see why they wouldn't try that.
No, that makes a lot of sense. But what you're missing here is Sam Howell might actually be halfway decent with that roster.
That's I love it, Pete.
Dude, out of last year's class, Sam Howell, would it surprise you if he was better than Pickett?
No, I don't. I just still don't understand why we're pretending that all this. Why are we still pretending that the Steelers and Falcons weapons are going to be good? Because Pickett showed nothing, Ritter showed nothing, and Pickett showed a barely anything. And I don't know. I've seen rankings of where all these guys are going to land, and I'm just like, are you still sure about that? I don't see it yet. I haven't seen it, and I'm a little worried about those franchises as a whole because those were supposed to be fill-in quarterbacks that might work, and now they're starters.
Steelers, I think, will be fine. Atlanta has to figure it out. But I think Washington's going to make a very big push to get Caleb Williams. I really do.
The trade up for a quarterback is a little different than the actual tanking. I don't think anyone can actually get away with a tank anymore, especially with what happened with Miami and Flores and all that. I don't know. I feel like it's a little harder. It's going to be one of those really bad teams that you see it all year long, where they're just the worst team on the field, which there's a lot of those teams.
Last time we had hope in the Commanders was when Alex Smith, that year he blew out his leg. I mean, it's been a minute. Sure. He's got to bring some life to that franchise.
I think they make a move. New owner makes splashy move. It writes itself.
If Arizona is the worst team, I could see them. I think they believe in Kyler, but there's a chance that they get rid of Kyler too. I mean,
I mean that's the other thing. You just don't know if they're going to keep.
As a Bears fan, Carolina is going to be the worst team. So that's what we're. That's
probably
what we're
probably not close. The problem is that division as a whole sucks. So like, literally any of them are in play. So that's
just need the Saints to do good enough to make sure they don't make the playoffs, and we'll be good.